A state first record of Crested Caracara has been reported a few days ago at Uintah National Wildlife Refuge in Uintah County, Utah. Now, unfortunately, it has not been seen in the last 2 days. Only one person has seen it, and that's the original finders. We have made the 3.5-hour trip. I woke up at 4 a.m. We left at 5 a.m. to get here. We have made the trek out here to try to see if we can re-find it. I'm here with my friend Ivan, who's back here. You'll see him in the video later. But just out here in this field is about 150 to 200 sandhill cranes. And they were doing this amazing display. I don't know exactly what it is, but if you know, put it in the comments below. But they were jumping up and kind of boxing with each other. And that was absolutely amazing. So got the sandhill cranes on camera. That's great because Ivan doesn't see sandhill cranes all the time like I do in Cache County. So great way to start off the trip. We're gonna see if we can find this Crested Caracara. Wish us luck. I'm putting our odds somewhere around 2 out of 10. Ivan is about 0.5 out of 10. It's a big area out here, but let's see if we can find my lifer and the state first record of Crested Caracara. We got to the spot where the Crested Caracara was reported, and unfortunately there's no sign of the Caracara there, but this is a massive refuge for birds out here at Uintah. Did pick up a Swainson's hawk up on this telephone pole behind me. Again, this refuge is huge. The Caracara could be anywhere. It could be hundreds of miles away at this point. We just don't know. So we're gonna keep on looking, see if we can find this bird. I really want this bird. That would be absolutely incredible. Obviously the trip out here was long, but man, Crested Caracara state first record in Utah would be absolutely insane. No sign of the Crested Caracara yet. We're on this observation tower up here. I'm here with Ivan. There's not a lot of bird action from the top of this thing, so I think we're gonna, ooh, coyote. That was pretty cool. Got a coyote on camera. It's always fun to get coyotes on camera. I feel like they're always out here in these big, massive wildlife refuges, but that makes sense because it's for them as well as the birds. So pretty cool to pick up. Not obviously what we are looking for, but you have to appreciate all the wildlife on the way and on the journey. Again, chances of us finding this Crested Caracara are really low, but I had to come out and try to get it. It is a state first record. I would be kicking myself if I didn't at least try. So let's continue on this refuge and see what birds we can find. Just picked up a northern harrier on camera. Honestly, it's been a little bit since I've gotten that bird on camera, so I'm gonna take that. That's pretty cool. There's some weird noises going on out here. I don't know if it's the coyote or some bird that I've never identified before in my life, but I'm gonna see if I can identify that bird real quick and see what else we can find. Picked up an American kestrel to add to our list today. Let's see what else we can find real quick as we continue down this auto loop tour. Picked up a sage thrasher on camera, so that was pretty good. Seems like whenever I film those birds, they're partially obscured by branches, but that's okay. We're gonna walk out here, check out some shorebirds, and see if we can find anything interesting from there. This is the time of year that we might pick up some vagrants, so hopefully we can find some, and I'll keep you updated. So we're out here, there's a big body of water. Unfortunately, it's way in the distance, so the footage that I have coming up is not great. There's a lot of heat waves, plus it's super far out. We have some American white pelicans out there, one of the coolest birds that you'll ever see. They can fly up to 30,000 feet in the air. That's pretty incredible. And not only do we have American white pelicans, but there's also great blue herons and a few other things, gulls and stuff mixed in there as well. There's also shorebirds out there. I think I saw some American avocets, but again, this is way out in the distance. I don't think I'll be able to get super good shots of this. I did, however, get much better shots of the sage thrasher. So super happy finally getting decent shots of a sage thrasher here on the channel. Happy about that one. We're planning on going back to where the Crested Caracara was seen originally, probably eat some lunch and hang out there for a little while, see if the bird wants to come back and also have lunch with us. Keep you updated. Fingers crossed that a miracle happens and we're able to see this bird. All right, so here's the problem with trying to find a Crested Caracara. They are scavengers, just like ravens. In fact, they behave a lot like ravens. And unfortunately, they were here with a flock of ravens 2 days ago, and they were feeding on something that was on the ground. If that food source runs out, there's obviously no need for the Caracara to return to this area to continue scavenging. The plan is to try to find it elsewhere. Drive some of these roads. It could be, again, it could be hundreds of miles away by now from this area, but we drove all the way out here, so it is worth trying to find. So we're gonna drive down some of these roads, see if we can find it. It is known for scavenging alongside roads as well, so I think that's our best bet. And we're also gonna pay real attention to flocks of ravens. If there are ravens flocking on the ground somewhere, the caracara might be there as well, feeding on whatever the ravens are feeding on. Fingers crossed still that we can find this bird. Again, it's like picking a needle out of a haystack. This is a massive area out here. It's gonna be really difficult to re-find it though. Been driving up and down these roads looking for the caracara. Unfortunately, have not seen it. There's been a lot of birders out here the last couple days that have spent hours out here and have not found it. Chances are the bird has taken off. That's how birding goes sometimes. Sometimes you get really lucky and you find that bird is sitting in the exact spot you thought it was going to be. And other times, more often than not, that vagrant that was here does not stick around. Now I'm at Powell Lake near my parents' home in Lehigh, Utah. And unfortunately, as you may have guessed, we did not get the caracara. We spent about 4 hours looking for it, 7 hours total of driving there and back, and no caracara. Now, it's a little bit disappointing, obviously, but we kept our expectations low. That was going to be really difficult to find. We did not find it. But that's how birding goes, and birding's fun because there's no guarantee that you're actually going to get the bird that you're looking for. But we're here at Powell Lake. We could find something cool here. We'll bird here for about an hour, and then I will wrap up this video and I'll keep you updated on what we find. All right, so we've also seen some pretty cool birds so far. The first bird that we picked up, an eared grebe. That's a pretty awesome bird. They're starting to enter into their non-breeding plumage, so they're really hard to tell apart from those horned grebes, but the eared grebes have thinner necks and a little bit different cap structure, so take a look at those in your field guides. And then we also picked up snowy egret, just an absolutely beautiful, almost all white bird. A smaller egret compared to the great egret, but a very, very cool bird to pick up. This trip to Powell Lake has already paid off. I picked up a camera lifer, something that I wasn't expecting at all. I have a sora out here, right out in the open. It looks like a juvenile because it's a lot more buffy than the adult soras, so it's a younger sora. But it's just sitting out here foraging in the open. It's a little bit jittery, but they're really skulky birds. A lot of my friends have never seen one before, and they've birded a lot more. They're really hard to find, and this one's just chilling out here in the open, foraging for food. Sora, down on my camera lifer list, that's featured now on the channel. Absolutely incredible. Super happy I picked that up. And I know it's been a while since we got a lifer, but it's always amazing to get camera lifers as well. This is so weird, but there's 2 more sora out here foraging, even closer to me this time. They didn't see me for a while until they finally took off, but I've never seen a sora before, and then I come here and there's 3 just right out in the open. That's pretty incredible. So sora as a camera lifer, pretty amazing. We're here looking for shorebirds. Sora, I believe, is not a shorebird. It's more like a coot or a rail, but it's still cool to pick up. Just picked up the state bird of Utah, California gull, just sitting on the water, chillaxing. And then also picked up American avocet, just a lone one out in the water today. A month or 2 ago, they were in massive flocks out on the Great Salt Lake, thousands of them at a time. So those birds are really beautiful, and I know a lot of people that come here that haven't seen them really look forward to seeing them. So we have a little bit more to walk. We're gonna finish this loop right here and then wrap things up, but I'm sure we'll pick up some more birds along the way. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy right now. Camera lifer number 2. We have a marsh wren on camera. Gave us amazing views. This is another skulky marsh bird, extremely difficult to get on camera, and it came right out into the open for us, so that's pretty amazing. I've been hearing marsh wrens forever, so it's really awesome to finally get that bird on my camera life list and feature it on the channel for you guys. They're really cool. They'll do the splits when they stand up on those reeds just to get up, perch up. Pretty amazing creatures. Also, some of you may be thinking that the way I select my hotspots is a little bit random, but there is a method to the madness. First, what I'll do is I'll go to the eBird app and I'll go to Explore and I'll look up world life lists within a 30-mile range or a 10-mile range, depending on how much time I have to drive. If there's any target species there, I'll see if I can go chase those and try to find those birds and add them to my life list. If there are no target birds in that list, then I will narrow it down by state life list. So that'll be finding birds first time for the state. And again, I'll do 30 miles or 10 miles depending on how much time I have in my day to drive. So today I did 10 miles because I only had about an hour to get out here and bird. And then if there's no birds in that as well, then I'll narrow it down to yearbirds. I'll do world yearbirds first, see if there's any birds that I haven't seen on my list at all for the year, try to chase those. And then I will do state yearbirds if that list is 0 as well. And unfortunately today, all of those across the board were 0. Now I usually do it within 3 days just because birds don't always stick around for a week. Sometimes I'll do 7 days, but today I did 3 days just to see, hone it in even more. And there were 0 across the board. So there are no targets I could have chased. So if that happens, then I say, okay, what birds am I lacking on my list, on my life list or on my camera list? And I pick where I want to go by habitat. So I know that shorebirds is something that I don't really have a robust list of, and I know that this was the closest spot to find shorebirds. Unfortunately, the only shorebirds we found were killdeer. I also don't have marsh wren on my camera list, and I also don't have sora on my camera list. That was unexpected. We were able to find something cool. And yeah, so that's the method to me figuring out where I want to go in these videos and what I want to see. Just picked up great blue heron flying across the sky. Always amazing to see those birds. Obviously, we did not get the Crested Caracara onto our life list or for the state of Utah, which would have been absolutely amazing. And in my opinion, there's nothing more exciting in birding than finding a bird you've never seen before and finding a rare bird for your state as well. However, birding can be exciting in many ways. And for me, it was very exciting to finally see a sora for more than half a second. And not only that, but see 4 of them and film them as well. That was absolutely amazing. So super happy to pick up those sora onto my camera life list. And then also picking up the marsh wren on camera. I've seen them plenty of times, but finally being able to film them and feature them on the channel, that's some exciting stuff. Let me know in the comments below, what was the hardest miss for you in chasing a rare bird? Let me know. If you like what you see, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I do adventure videos 2 times a week. If you're looking for additional ways to support the channel, links to the merch and my new membership program are in the description below. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I hope to see you all next time on Bright Eyed Birding.